Can't believe that just happened. I hope you guys come back. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please come back. I'm so sorry. I swiped myself and I wasn't supposed to be swiping it. But I'm here. I hope I see you guys come back. I'm so sorry. And I was just getting into my stories and we were having the best time. Oh, I'm here, you guys. Oh, bummer. That stinks. I am so sorry that even happened. Oh, I guess I'm going to learn, aren't I? Oh, somebody came back. I'm so sorry. I swiped and I wasn't supposed to swipe. And I was just trying. Oh, good. I swiped, honey. I swiped and I wasn't supposed to touch that. You can't hear me? Oh, doggone it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? How about that? Christy, can you hear me, honey? Everything's plugged up. Oh, gosh. I can't believe I did that, you guys. You can hear me, Noni? Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to wait a few seconds to see, or a minute to see who comes back. I am such a ditz. You see, this is what I talked about when I said I'm going to learn all this. I got to try to learn. I can't believe that I just did that to everybody. Oh, Christy, thank you, honey. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, it's kind of good. I know people are like, dang, she just dropped us. But I didn't mean to. I seriously would never do that on purpose, ever. I was having a great night, Blue Cats, but I swiped. And you're not supposed to swipe. And I swiped on my laptop and I swiped it off. I swiped my StreamYard. So I had to put it back up and just pray that people came back. I think I had like 43 or 47 people in, and I was just starting the stories. And the stories were, I have such a great one tonight. Hopefully people will come back. I feel like such an idiot. Yeah, it's me and, patience, Blue Cats. I just need to be patient. I know it's not a big deal, but I just don't want to make people mad, like, gosh, she just left us. And I've done that before. I did it on Alex's or JLR's one day. I just dropped it. I mean, I just did hit something and I was gone. And I just said, oh, nice, Nikki. And then I think it was Alex. And then Alex said, oh, I think Nikki left. I mean, I felt so dumb. And I think I even wrote that I got myself out, however I did it. There's no King's Procast and GGL is doing live. Oh, okay. Because I know that was a big thing today was Flag Day and the King's protest. Did you guys go check out Patriot Pride? I want to do that definitely at some point this evening. I definitely want to check them out and see how that went. I just feel bad that I just swiped all you guys. I'm going to wait just a few because these next couple stories are really good. And I told you I had that real banger tonight. I had a good banger for you guys. And I've been doing that, bringing one, really like somebody knows the name, Yeah, I was watching it earlier. Oh, good. I'm glad you were. I went on there, but then it went like this. So I have to watch it later because it's on whatever it's on. So, and I know I didn't have permission to put the voices on. So I should have asked earlier, but I never asked. You're watching my stream and Patriots on two devices. Melly, thank you. I'm sorry that I swiped you. I didn't swipe you guys. I swiped myself and knocked me out. And I apologize about that. Thank you, Melly. And maybe, oh, Share Bear, thank you, thank you. I hope Velvet comes back to. Oh gosh, I did a disservice when I did that. I am just absolutely so sorry, guys. So sorry. So sorry. Thanks, Melly. But I just don't want anybody to think I was rude, or I did that on purpose, because that I sure didn't. I'm being honest to you guys when I say that I'm trying to get it together and figure this out. I mean every bit of that. And it was going so great too, and I just bloop ended it. That's crazy. It's crazy that I did that. And then I jumped back on or something. Am I still on the same stream or am I on a different one? Can someone tell me that? Oh, wow. Blue Cats, I'm sorry about your nephew too, honey. Oh my gosh. I hope you'll be all right. I love my nephews. Yeah, I'm learning, but having this is like a big deal. You know what I mean? Just having a microphone is a big deal for me, and I have headphones now, finally, so I can try to have you guys on. I'm going to try to swing that hopefully Tuesday, and I'm really trying it. I really want to. I want to be able to have you guys come on. And I know Diana, she knows how to pop right up, on here on my thing, but I don't. I know you have to do something, and I think you have to do command something, and I could try. Oh, Melly's nephew. Oh my gosh. Is he okay? That choking thing is no joke. None. Oh, Sherbird thought it was a long moment of silence. I did kind of go into the moment of silence when I swiped myself, and all I was trying to do was touch and make sure that my screen light, was on. And my finger went, and I went, oh, where did I go? And I was just like, great. But I think, am I on the same platform? Can you tell me? Because I feel like I went and just clicked it back on. And one of you will let me know. A long moment of silence. I'll never, that's the best. Millie, I'm glad you're okay. Yes. Y'all are blessed. Yes, Nikki, tonight dinner. Oh my gosh. Yes. Good job, brother. Oh, Ghost, thank you. I'm so sorry, you guys. I am so sorry. I know Blue Cats told me I didn't need to apologize, but I just didn't want you guys to think I did that on purpose, because I would never. And I was just starting to tell good stories, and I had a good one coming, the big banger one. And I wanted to know how many people remembered it and all that. So I'm just kind of waiting to see how many people come back, because I did do that and there was 40 plus people, and I just, yeah. You're good, Nick. Knock, knock, knock. Are you there? Can you open the door, Nick? Oh my gosh. And then Share Bear, poor Share Bear, she thought it was just a long moment of silence. Oh my goodness. I hope people come back. So I'm just going to go on to the next story, and then we'll see where we're at before I do the big banger. And I have a couple other stories too. So, there's more. So this one is, I just love this name. And I'm going to tell you her name because I love her name. I think her name is so pretty. So doesn't mean we can't give her the moment of silence, but I do want to tell her name up front. And it's okay if I switch things up, right? Her name was Angelique Castillo. Am I saying her? No, I'm not. Angelica. There it goes. It's Angelica Castillo. I'm getting it right. There's the light. Better, better. I'm going to get another light out here too, so it's even brighter than what I've got going on. I've got a couple lights behind me I can get up and turn on too. But Angelica Castillo, 4 years old. She was discovered in a cooler in Manhattan, New York, on July 23rd of 1991. Several days after her unaliving, the victim remained unidentified for 22 years. They didn't know who she was. 22 years. So they didn't realize who she was until technically, naturally, she would have been 26. Thank you for coming back, Kim. I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't mean to do that crazy thing. And I'm still waiting to hear if I'm on the same stream or did I pick up a new stream? Because I'm seeing my stream number because I number them. Thank goodness, because Dee Dee had me number them. And I think I started with 7 tonight anyway. Oh, Jenny, thank you, honey. I apologize. Did not mean to do that at all. You went to, oh, good. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. And I'm glad I love Patriot Pride. I love them. I love them. So back to Angelica. Come on, Nikki, because her name is so beautiful. 22 years, you guys, it took them. That's so weird with DNA in 1991. So strange. Her cousin, Conado Juarez, was arrested for her unaliving and as assault after remains were identified in 2013. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Juarez, her cousin, would later claim his confession was coerced and he died unalived before his trial in 2018, changing his plea to not guilty. Juarez unalived in police custody in November 19th of 2019 from pancreatic cancer. This story, this particular one, made me think about the news that Alex talked about. And the person being unalived at the jail. It made me think of this story. So I was like, this gentleman that said that these police had coerced him, and the police stated that he had died from pancreatic cancer. It seems to me that the pancreatic cancer would have been talked about way before he died of it, and they're reporting it. Just seems to be. Hi, Kimmy. Thank you for being here, honey. Lita, thank you, honey. I slid myself over and I dropped everybody. Oh, I love that. Kim and Kimmy. I love that. I love that. Kim and Kimmy. You guys are meeting. Oh, Blue Cats, I agree. It was a Sunday blessing. Yep, definitely. Deborah. Okay, Maduska? Madusk, Mad, Matuska. Am I close? Oh, nice to have you, honey. Oh, thank you, Deborah, for even coming over. And I hope I got your name close to being right. I like to get people's names right. I think it's just respect. I mean, it'd be like you guys coming in here and calling, hey, Dodo, and knowing my name ain't Dodo, I don't know why I said Dodo. Oh, I'm so goofy. Uh, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Strawberry Noni. It is very noticeable. So how could they say that is it set up? Did they frame him? Is it just their word against his word in 1991? She couldn't tell. Sad. But I had to think about what Alex had told us about what the news had reported. And I was just thinking, I want to tell a story like that where it happens in their custody. And it's kind of not, you can't really understand it, because of what you said. It is very apparent when you have pancreatic cancer, you definitely know you have pancreatic cancer. And other people know too. Before. Yep. Sure would have, Share Bear. Oh, that's so sweet. It's hard name to pronounce. Did I get close? I hope. Kimmy72. I love that. Brenda, I swiped everybody. I just swiped y'all off. No, I actually swiped me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, Brenda, am I in the same stream? Did I jump back in? Because I feel like I clicked on it and it brought me back in, even though the other one ended. Did it? Can you tell me or no? Yeah, he could have known about the pancreatic cancer when they took him to jail. But it's kind of strange that he said that he was coerced before he passed away. So basically they made him confess. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how long it takes them to figure out some of these cold cases. You are absolutely right, Blue Cats. It is very, I mean, it's like jobs. Everybody has a job that they do in life. Some of us go to school to make the jobs even more precise or better at our jobs. Some we are just naturally good at things that we pick up. So we get jobs that way. We get jobs by education and basically the know-how and street know-how too, and sometimes that can get us jobs, and I think to myself, and I had to think about this, like realistically, federal investigators, it's a job. Detectives, it's a job. And it doesn't mean that they're necessarily perfect at it, but they're trying to do their job. And that's the job that they chose. And people that choose things where it's detective work and work like investigators, those are tough because you're the first one usually in, you know, and the first one that finds what needs to be found. And those can be tough, And I was looking at some of these years that it takes them to find some of these cold cases. And I was kind of irritated thinking, why is it taking so long? Same thing. But in actuality, it's because they're doing their job and they don't necessarily have the tools given to them to work on the job. They have to try to find the tools to do the job. and sometimes it can take a heck of a long time. And it doesn't make it wrong or right. Definitely. It just makes it sad to me. The other one shows live. Oh, I'm scared now. So there's two of me going at the same time. So does it show two lives or just one? Now you guys have me totally, like, I've never done this one, swiped me like that before. Yeah, heart has to be. Yeah, it does. And I worked in Vegas with a retired homicide detective from Hollywood. Great, great man. Great man. Kind. So kind. Big guy, big heart, kind. Super kind. Wonderful wife. Just super nice man. Super, super nice man. And I thought he would be hard and, all that. And he had the gruffness, around him a little, but he didn't like to bring it out. You know what I mean? Because that was yesteryear. And he was doing a different kind of job and he wanted to have fun at his job and we were all having fun. So, hey. For the greater good. Yeah, you're right. It shows live, but I don't think it is. Somebody's out there going, I wonder how many lives this lady's got going on. Like, what's she trying to do? I know she needs views, but my goodness. You can't do anything but laugh because it's me. And I have to laugh at myself. Oh my God. That's why we love Alex so much, because we know that really big heart. Yeah, really big heart. I'm just a man. They're both labeled 7. Well, I guess I'm going to have two streams, you guys. Maybe if I can edit it, I'll try to put second one or something so you guys know. Nikki, how do you feel about detective work? To me, I could never, so it's hard for me to relate. Okay. Detective work, I think they do good things. I think that they, in their minds, I think they build something, Blue. I think they build something in their minds like a protection. So when they are doing those things, they don't think they're doing those things. It's not conscious. You know what I mean? Kind of like somebody said earlier, like they have to block it out. When they go to houses and they're the first ones on the scenes and they have to block those kind of things out a little bit. I think so. I really do. 7A and 7B. Yeah. Cherberry, you're right. A good detective never snitches, but always has snitches. I was going to say something like that. I was going to say that. They always have people on the side that can give them, what's really going on. Good detective nerd. Yeah. You are absolutely, I'm putting that up. That is so true. And Gil would love that because his name was Gil. And what a great guy. He's such a great man. And just the sweetest. When I was pregnant with my son, and they had a huge baby shower for me at my job, I actually had men that came to the baby shower, and my friend Gil, the detective, was one of them. It was so sweet. Yeah, I think so. I think they do put emotional barriers. Because I used to ask Gil all kinds of questions at work. I would be like, Hollywood? Man, you have seen it all in Hollywood. And I would ask him about, like the things that we had seen, the unalivings of, some different stars down there on the Hollywood Boulevard, and if he was around in those days. And, I just curious all the time. Kim, Do you guys know that I got that message from Mrs. Nanos on one of my shorts? Yeah. I don't know if it's a troll or if it's her. They said that they had been on um, Facebook, sorry, YouTube for over 3 years. That particular, you know, that particular channel. So I went back and I looked, I searched. Myself, I would feel so bad to do that kind of work. Undercover work requires. Yes, you have to lie all the time. You would have to absolutely not be truthful. You wouldn't be able to tell anything about yourself. I mean, you could maybe use one or two. I don't think you can use anything about yourself, actually. Never mind. Because I think the farther away from it you are, I think the better detective you are. Because I think that they can't necessarily find out who you are if you're not giving them any clues, you know? And I just coming in here and doing this and going and watching all these different platforms, I thought to myself, am I just going to tell who I am? Or am I going to use an AKA? Or if I'm going to be serious about being positive and being honest, I had to use myself. You know, I had to use myself. I've been an AKA lots in years, you know, for all the different things I've done. So it's, to me, it's okay to be who I am. It's nothing wrong with it. You know? Did you go look them up? What did you say? And said, oh yeah, I did look them up, and it did say just 3 years, no comments. You know where it shows you if they've commented on things. Only one comment, and that was on mine, and no subs. And I had said some things about no, and put a few things out about no, because he's not right and he's not fair and he's unjust. Thank you, Jenny. You're a gem too, honey. You really are. You and your mom. Troll IMO. Yeah, I mean, if you're here, you're here. If, you know, if you guys want to block, you block. You know, if I've noticed, you know, when I don't like something that's being said to Alex JLR or one of those, you know, people, I've blocked because I don't want them to come back and say anything else. And I don't really particularly want to see it. The negative, you know. Yes. And the message just said, yeah, Boo Cats, it said, everybody loves Nikki. That's what it said. That is exactly what it said. And I just thought to myself, everybody loves Nikki. I said, so you're trying to be negative, or you don't want Nikki to love everybody too? Like, it's mutual. Like, it's not, I'm not just trying to get people to love me. I want to care about them back, you know, and love them. Jeez, you know. And so that was kind of like, in kind of a way, it was, to me, it wasn't a positive. It was definitely a negative, you know, to my character and to who I am, because you're saying everybody does, but what about me? How do I feel about everybody? How do I feel about myself? And I'm sorry that you are married to a no-no, if that's the case and you're not a troll, because he's not fair to people. And he needs to be a fair and just person. He took an oath, and that oath means something to a lot of people. Yeah, it's true. At least they did. And, you know, it was, I've done one in Alex's, and I think I did one in JLR's, because I just couldn't take they couldn't, you know, defend themselves. And it just, yeah. And I was right there, and I kept being right there kind of by the the troll or the person that was doing it. So I was like, "Yeah, that's not from Nikki." Yeah. I was like, "Nah, I can't feel I cannot feel what you feel, sir or ma'am." Yeah. Asti. And like I said, I do say I'm sorry, guys, about knocking anybody off. Sure wasn't meant to be. Cozy Sunflower Mom. That is the coolest name, too. Hi, honey. Everybody say hi to Cozy. Oh, hi, Cozy. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I want to go on. Is it okay? I'm going to go on. And if I'm not, if you guys stop me, and I'll keep looking up. And, okay. So, the next one. So, there was an 11-year-old, the 11-year-old girl who had been babysitting two younger children in Chicago at the satellite city of Waukegan. Okay, Waukegan. Waukegan is a suburb, I believe, of Chicago. It's spelled Waukegan. If anybody wants to correct me, and I did not say that correctly, but it's of Illinois. And she was assaulted and unalived on August 17th of 1992. In a series of trials and retrials upon appeal, nearby resident Juan Rivera was convicted of the crime and given a life sentence without parole. His conviction was eventually overturned and he was exonerated when the further investigation and examination of the circumstances of physical evidence was ruled, and it ruled him out as the suspect and the person that did this. They relied. This investigation later established connections between the DNA evidence from the case and another home invasion and unaliving case from 2000. Wow. But no subsequent arrests have yet to been made. Well, it's 26 years later and nothing's been made, but you had DNA evidence. You had DNA proof from a home invasion and also the evasion of this girl babysitting. So sad to me. 11 years old. And all she wanted to do was just babysit. She probably made a couple dollars. You remember babysitting? I do. I was a great babysitter. I loved kids, so I loved babysitting. And I was available. You know, if I didn't have games or something in sports to do, I was usually available on the weekends. On one of the nights, or there wasn't a dance or something at school. You know, um, her name was Holly Stalker. Holly Stalker, 11 years old. Gosh. So moment of silence. If you guys don't mind, I just really, it means a lot to me, you know. God bless those parents. That was a fear in my life, and probably for some of you as parents. Sure, yeah, you were a babysitter too. Yeah, totally. Um, but I just, I think that this also shows you with the NG case, I try to bring some of these cases that have triggered something or there's something familiar about it into this. And I think it's quite interesting that there was more than one case and something else had happened, but they still couldn't put that DNA evidence. It wasn't solid enough, or there wasn't enough of it, because otherwise they'd have somebody in prison serving time for this 11-year-old. Hi, Cozy. You helped with your sister when she was born. Oh, that is so cool. That's so. Oh, Blue Cats, thank you, honey. Jenna, thank you. Hi, Jenna. Jenny, thank you so much. Okay, Matt. Hi, Matt. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love story time with you too. Did you guys get your munchies, your drinks, your Zaza, your whatever you need, whatever makes you happy for that little time? So here we go. You guys ready? And then I'm gonna give the big banger. I'm gonna give this one and one more, and then I would like to give the really good one that I want to see how many remember. I love story time too. I just love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there was a 41-year-old man. He was a taxi cab driver in Poughkeepsie, New York. Poughkeepsie, New York, was unalived, execution style, in the back of the head on November 28th in 1992 by an unknown assailant. The case remains open. No suspects have been named or identified. And I was thinking to myself, in 1992, there wasn't any cameras yet in those taxi cabs like it is now, and they do taxi cab confessions and all that stuff that they used to do. You have Sprite. Good. I like Sprite. I like Sprite a lot. Oh, I love that you guys all talk with one another. So his name of the taxi driver in Poughkeepsie, New York, his name was Brian Reiser. And I feel really bad for Brian because I know he was just trying to make a living in Poughkeepsie, New York. So this story, there's a 76-year-old ordained deacon at Indigo Lakes Baptist Church in Daytona Beach, Florida. They were found unalived in the church's nursery on December 4th of 1992. It was her 76th birthday. Her throat had been slit, and there were indications of assault. With DNA and other evidence collected at the scene as of December of 2024, detectives, gosh, just can't believe how long it takes sometimes. Okay. In December of 2024, detectives have not named specific suspects, but confirmed there were two persons of interest connected to this crime. Her name, 76 years old, was Hazel Fente, and she was a deacon of her church on her 76th birthday. Wow. The things people do. What could she have done? Was she told somebody not to sit in that row? What could she have done? A deacon in a church. You got nerve. In a church, you have a lot of nerve. That's a sacred holy place for people to go and worship. And they can choose the house of where they worship. And that's sad to me that you would do that there, that you would do it at all. Here's the banger. You guys ready? I got another little one after this, but here's a big one. And I'm hoping that most of you or all of you will understand and know this story as soon as I start reading it. Not from Poughkeepsie. Oh, so much evil out there. Yeah, in a church nursery. Like, that is so... Share Bear, that's so messed up. Yep. Do what you need to do. Do your thing. Seriously. Do your thing, you guys. Be comfortable. Okay. Here we go. I hope you got your snacks and your drinks. Wish I wouldn't have slid everybody out last time or slid me or whatever. Okay. On July 15th, 1997, a 50-year-old Italian man was fatally shot on the front steps of his Miami Beach mansion. He called it Casa Urina. He was shot and unalived in broad daylight. By a man named Andrew Cunanan, a 27-year-old spree killer who had murdered four other men in a cross-country rampage earlier that year. The victim was returning home from a morning walk to a local newsstand. Might have one person, we might have a winner. So, he did this by daylight. So the other man, he did the cross-country rampage. His victim was returning from the local newsstand when Cunanan approached him and shot him twice at point-blank range in the back of the head. Versace was rushed to Jackson Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Andrew Cunanan, he was not only a spree killer and a con artist who had been on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, cross-country spree, spamming from multiple states. He was obsessed with wealthy and anyone with status, and he wanted to target them. And he targeted this designer. He targeted this designer to cement his own infamy. Cunanan was tracked to a houseboat. A week later, July 23rd of 1997, police rushed into that houseboat and found Cunanan dead by using the same gun that he used on Versace. And you know this name, Gianni Versace. And I know a lot of people will never forget. And they know the story. And thank you all so much for listening. And now, as most of you know, that company is ran by his sister. But because this was so unjust in our world, and people love the designer and love the clothes if you can afford it. Oh, your dog's name was Versace? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh, Melly, what? You had a piece of pizza? Ah, you go, girl. You have the pizza. Yeah, and this story was just something I was definitely around, definitely remember it. He was happy. He was almost had a happy face when he did it. He was a very creepy man. And if he's still alive, I'm not sure if he's alive in prison, but I'm assuming that he would be, you know. Um, sad, sad situation, sad everything. The man had a brilliant mind when it came to clothing and status and looking good and, all those things. And whether you like Versace or not, the unjust part is that he was taken from the world and his mind of designs and his craft. And his sister, I think, has done a beautiful job, but I think that I'm sure he's missed, by so many and by his sister alone in the business. It was, yeah, scary and sad. It was a huge scandal, really big scandal in those days. Um, and it was shocking to so many because the name was so profound and so many people knew the name, you know. I'm going to do one more, and then we can do a chat if you guys want about anything that you want to ask me about. And there was a 17-year-old, formerly unidentified. It was a female. It was an American unaliving victim. Was unalived in 1993 after running away from home. We know so many people that have ran away from home in their lives. You know, somebody was somebody's sister, somebody's brother, somebody something, you know. She was later found unalived on January 29th of 1994. Her identity was unknown for the next 19 years. And her unaliving remains still a mystery today to detectives. Her name was Corey LeMaster. And I would like to give a moment of silence to Versace, Gianni Versace, and Corey LeMaster. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know they're beautiful angels, beautiful angels. Um, I want to say one thing about the NG case. Hopefully, I won't get another message from Mrs. No No. I ran away once. Share Bear, I feel you, but I was little. And I got on my tricycle with a suitcase. And I just threw clothes in it and I was tricycling my way to my grandparents' house. And my mom told me that they weren't home and they were on a trip to Reno. And I didn't believe my mom. So I got on my trike and I headed out with my little white suitcase. My mom has a picture somewhere of me with my suitcase on my trike. I had a little dress on and everything because it was my weekend to go to my grandparents. And I was so excited. They were so much fun. And I just couldn't believe that they weren't in town and they didn't want Nikki to come and visit for the weekend. They'd rather go gamble. Hey, you can't kind to any Chapman. Okay, Mustang, I am trying. I'm trying to figure out what you just said. Tricycle. Yeah, it was a tricycle. People never say tricycles anymore. And you know what I miss? Some of you are going to get it, and some of you probably are going to go, what? But my grandfather made it to 94 years old, and which was wonderful. And he was so awesome. But, I called him all the time and checked on him and, just chatted. And I miss him saying, I would say, hi, Grandpa, when he'd answer the phone, hello. And I'd say, hi, Grandpa, how you doing? And he'd say, oh, fair to middling. I miss that so much, the old sayings. Love it. Miss it. Tricycle just made me think of it. Sorry. Tricycle made me think of it, the old stuff that we don't really talk about, or we don't use the words anymore, and we've come up with new lingo, to say this or that, or it's just, yeah, the times have changed, and a lot of us have tried to keep up. Hey, but don't make fun of me, because I wasn't keeping up then when I slid myself right across and got myself gone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, really great memories. Really great memories. Yeah. But I guess, in some respect, I guess you could say I was a little ornery. I was ornery, because a little girl that's going to get on her tricycle. And did you know, or do you know Ron Hanson's of Lake Oswego? Yeah, Diana, I do. No, I don't know the Chapmans, but I know the Thomasons. D. Thomason Ford, D. Thomason Toyota. I know the Thomasons very well. They have quite a few car dealerships. The Chapmans, I don't know if I know the Chapmans. That could be a parent's thing, and it doesn't ring a bell right now, which is very possible with me, Thank you for asking, Mustang. Ron Hanson's of Lake Oswego. Gosh, that sounds familiar. Hmm. And Casey Chapman, that's crazy. My cousin, see, I didn't go to high school here. I went to high school at the coast. When my father passed, my mom wanted to transplant us and herself for a while to a different atmosphere and a different, the beach air and all that good stuff. So she wanted to take us away from all of this and took us down to the coast, and I ended up graduating at the coast, and that's why we only had 69 people in our class. It was such a cool school. Do I know Casey Chapman? I'm trying. Mustang, I'm trying. I'm trying to think. I know. See, my cousin Todd, I think it's Todd, graduated from Lake O. And my other cousin, and they lived in the same house, go figure. I think his brother was at West Lynn. And then a guy that I went to a couple dances with ended up coaching them to state, and they won the state finals, I think last year or the year before. Bucala is the coach's name. Have I ever heard of the Sean Hornbeck case? No, but let me get my pen. And let me write it with the other ones that I got tonight from you guys. Okay. And I'm going to write, let me write this down. I still write letters, you guys. People make fun of me, but I still write letters, cards. I love that. I love to send somebody a card in the mail. Have you ever heard of Sean Harbeck case? Sean, I want to get the last name right. Ooh, it was called A Miracle in Missouri. In Missouri. And that's a place I've never been. And I've always kind of thought, St. Louis. And, I've always been a Nelly fan. I was a Nelly fan. I went to Nelly concerts when he would come this way. And that's one of my connections to Missouri. It was one of the reasons I always, and those arches, I always thought those were really cool. And I wanted to see in person. And yeah. You still send cards too? Cool. I knew I wasn't the only one. Thank you for giving me that, Johnny and June. Thank you for giving me that case. I'm definitely going to be looking that up with the other ones that I got earlier. Johnny and June says he was kidnapped and missing for a number of years. They found him alive and well, but was treated badly. See, that was one thing I was saying the other night on Friday is look at the lady who came back after 22 years. It's amazing, but how were they treated? You couldn't have been treated well. We've seen some of the cases on Lifetime Network and different networks where the person comes home, but they don't really know the family because they weren't around the family. They were treated a certain way by a certain person, and that's all they know in their minds. And that's all their minds formatted to know because they were around it for so many years, Oh, you're tired, Blue Cats. Oh, I adore you. I think you're wonderful, and I don't blame you for being a little tired. Thank you again for the Miracle in Missouri. I'm going to look that up. Definitely. And thank you guys for just being so great. And I don't know. I hope that I gave a moment of silence to Hazel Fenty, the deacon, but I don't remember doing it. So I would, if you guys don't mind, I just would like to do it properly real quick. Because she was so involved in the church too, And Hazel's was right before her 76th birthday, and it made me think about that too. Carb overload. Have you ever heard of the Texas killing fields? I have. I have heard of them. You know what? And I did one of the stories I think I did, or I was telling about maybe at the very beginning, maybe, or maybe talking to friends about the story. I'm not sure, but I do some stories from the Delta area too. So I will go and do some more research. I do know about the killing fields, but let's see if there's anything new or anything, because look at the detective that I talked about on Friday night from Utah. He's retired, but he had new evidence for Kurt Cobain's case. That's amazing that he had all this evidence and he turned it all over. And so I'm kind of anxious to hear what's going to end up coming out of that, Tim Miller is amazing. Oh, okay. Does he have a channel? Because I could go check out his channel. You have a couple more if you're interested. I'm always interested. Why do you think I have this channel? You go for it, Johnny and June. Give them to me because I am definitely going to be looking this up. And I wanted to tell you guys or talk to you guys about something. Put your thinking caps on. Like, really put your. He is the founder of Texas. Oh, no fooling. Okay, let me get that down too, honey. Thank you, sweetheart, because I know, Jenny, you're in Texas, right? You and mom? So great. Thank you so much. And anybody in different states, if you know about something and you'd love for me to tell the story, I would love to tell the story. And I'd love to give the names and be able to give them the moment of silence that they deserve. The Missouri Miracle refers to dramatic, okay, January 12th of 2007. Okay. Okay, January 12th. Hey, let me see if I say your name right. Shaylee? Am I saying it right? I like how you spell it with the Leigh. My girlfriend Leanne spells her name with that. So it would be Lee, wouldn't it? I'm probably even saying it wrong. It would be Shalee, right? Something like that. They're 2 days and searching for more human remaining. Oh my gosh. And this was in 2007? Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Shaylee. I love it. Yes, I knew you were Texas. That's what I love. So if any of you guys from your states, you guys have some really interesting unsolved or cold cases and you want somebody to tell the story, send them my way. I will always do it. They mean so much to me because I think these people all got raw deals. Every single one of them. It's a bad deal to be in any kind of these situations. It's bad and horrifying. And I can't imagine the thinking and what they were thinking. I can't. And so all I can do as a human that's here now is to bring their names back and talk about them and give them a moment of silence. Maybe that'll release. Maybe it won't. Maybe it doesn't do anything at all. But it does something for me because at least I know that I'm giving that person that's not here anymore respect. Uh-oh. Angie. Marie. Missouri. Missouri. I thought Missouri was the show me state, isn't it? And it's not, you're not supposed to show these. You're supposed to be show me. Not this way. Oh. Gosh. And I feel like this is maybe my little way to society and the things that we've lost in society. Heather Coulon. Oh no, another babysitter. Shoot. Doggone it. Okay, St. Louis. Okay, and if I miss any of these, you guys, next time on Tuesday, you think I missed them and I didn't go to look, Richmond Heights, because I'm so interested, in this. Eventually, I'm hoping someday I'll be able to actually go to some of these places and be on site. It's been 14 years since Michael Mickey. Oh. Michael. That's my son's name, and it was my husband's name. Mickey. Okay. Hi, Nikki. I have a cool case for you to check out in Kaiser. Cynthia. What is the last name? I gotta search her last name. Okay, Cynthia in Kaiser. Wow, in Kaiser, Oregon? Wow. Oregon. Let me make sure I put her in the right area. And her first name was Cindy. Police name is... Okay. So it's of some kind of Asian descent, maybe? Named as POI. However, he fled and was never brought to be questioned. I'll be darned. Yeah, I will definitely look that up. I'll be looking up Heather Klum. I'll be looking up Michael Braham. Mickey is the name. I'll be looking up Texas Killing Fields, Miracle in Missouri. Missouri, Angie Marie Hausman. I'll be looking that up too. So I think I've really got a good little list going now, you guys. Needs justice. She is Latino. I have two uncles that have disappeared without a trace in Oregon 10 years ago. My dad's side, McLean and Chuck McLean, Jimmy McLean. And Chuck. Where did they get missing out of where? Out of Kaiser or out of where in Oregon, sweetheart? Okay. McLean. Oregon. Brothers. Oh my gosh. I had one uncle, a great uncle, my grandma on my mom's side, her mom, her brother, one of her brothers. She came from a big family. He just gave his daughter was born with some disabilities. He was my Uncle Teddy. And she was born with spina bifida, and she was in a wheelchair, and wheelchair bound her whole life. And so he stopped and put $1 million, no, I'm not kidding, in an account that was just for her medical needs. And she had at that time something like 10 to 15 surgeries. And so he put that in an account for her, left all the information, and left. And no one ever saw him again in the family. So he gave everything, I guess, he had to his daughter for her health. You, Sheena, send me a email. Nikki, NICKIE, Gates, GATES, 1969 at gmail.com. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sheena, absolutely. You used my email, dear. Oh, Deborah, just take my time. They'll still be there. Isn't that just awful? Isn't it awful? Yeah, ask your dad if you can. Your lawyer ghost has spina bifida. My son was born with spina bifida. It is hereditary. It is on the Anglo-Saxon side of the family. Thank God I had my husband, because his genes leveled it out. And our son ran, walked, plays basketball. He does music, like I've told you guys before. I want him to get a channel just for his music. He's on Spotify and Apple Music and all those platforms. I was one of the lucky ones. I was one of the lucky moms. And he had surgery as an infant and went through all of that with the spine. His spinal cord always stayed where it was supposed to be. So God was looking out for us on that day that we had him. His spinal cord was always where it was supposed to be, and he didn't have any swelling on his brain. So the fluid, he didn't have to have a shunt put in. Sometimes you see the kids where they have a little abnormal sized head. It's a little bigger on one side than it is on the other because of fluids. So they have to put a shunt in there to drain the fluids. And some people don't realize that fluids go up to the brain because they go up our spine. So just a little FYI on you, or, for you. And they waited for him to become one because the neurologists and the neurosurgeons wanted to see if he was going to walk, if the surgery worked. It was so weird because no one was looking at activity in the bank account. All just stopped. So weird and sad. Yeah. Things can be very, strange to a lot of us, and we see things abnormal because we're on the outside looking in. When we're on the outside looking in, we get a clearer picture of things. We get a clearer view of some ideas of possibly some things that could have happened. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're right or wrong or anything like that, but it gives ideas. It's so weird that Share Bear agreed the crazy routine in a certain case just don't get investigated. Exactly. They don't get investigated like others. And that's why I had to come up with something like this. And I talked to Diana about it first, and I gave her my ideas, and she said, you better go with that. She said, because bringing people's names back is probably it's a great idea, and it's a great thing to do for people. And I wanted to focus some days just doing that. One lived in Portland, and the other hopped trains and lived wherever. No fooling. Huh. I used to talk to my grandfather about the hobos back in the day that catch the trains and come in. And some of them would be so skilled in their job, in their work, and in their employment. You ready? Oh gosh, yeah. Sure. Ghost, anytime. Now, I haven't gotten super busy. I'm not one of the guys. I'm just me. And so when I give you guys my email, it's my email. So it's to me, and I'm going to read it. I can't tell you, with my lifestyle and all the medicine and animals and, all that stuff and taking care of myself in this place, that I'm going to read it immediately when you send it, but I will read it. And always capitalize your first name. Catches my eye. And yes, Ghost, we absolutely can. Things are very bizarre. And there's something really, I think I said this before, but I wanted to say it. Amanda K. Jones was last seen, oh golly, 8.5 months pregnant. You are kidding me in Hillsboro? Oh, come on now. Oh my goodness. No. August 14th is my son's birthday. Michael. Wow. The one I was just telling you about with the spina bifida. Anyway, Michael is fantastic, and he does music and jumps around and turns into somebody totally different on a stage. He's like me. But then when he's not on a stage and he's just working or with his friends and all that, he's got a great personality. But he's more introverted like my husband. He's a great listener. I'm sorry to hear that, Share Bear. I'm going to tell a little story, but and I don't know every single detail about the story, but do know a lot, and I know the people involved. Here in Portland, I think it was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I loved one of my friend's uncles. I just instantly loved him like one of my uncles. He was just, I don't know, he just had that personality. And I thought he was so cool. And they would tell me stories about their uncle. And they would tell me that, you know, that he was a drinker or he was this, that, and the other thing. And he liked to run amok on the streets and all that kind of stuff. And so, of course, I listened. It's their uncle. It's not my uncle, so they know him. But it didn't really change my opinion. I'm starting Streamlabs in a few days, so maybe I can send you a link to connect you to. I would love it. Ghost, I'd love to support you. And anybody else you want to support Ghost, Pikachu. That was my son's favorite characters in Pokemon. Pikachu. He loved Pikachu. Amanda Gage. You know what? I didn't write that down, and I need to finish writing that. Amanda K. Jones. Thank you. Okay. Out of Hillsboro, huh? 8.5 months pregnant. Gosh. I mean, how much closer do you have to be to having a baby? 8.5 months? My goodness. And this is Hillsboro, Missouri? Make sure I said that right. Shaylee, is it Missouri, honey? It's not Hillsboro, Oregon, right? I just want to make sure. He was always the crazy. You know what? I love uncles like that. Anyway, back to the story. So one day, he had a cool little car too, a little blue car. And one day, unfortunately, no one noticed him in a AutoZone parking lot because he was going in to get something for his car. And he came out and he passed away in his car. And his car sat there, I think it was 2 or 3 days before they even notified my friend. Sheena, yeah. I've seen you didn't I see you on Alex's, or I'm pretty sure I've seen you on Alex's, didn't I, honey? Thank you. Thank you. Shaylee, thank you for that. Yeah, Missouri, I wrote that down. It is sad. These stories are sad, and that's why we want to bring some kind of positivity to them with the moment, when we give them a moment, because we don't know, what their parents or family members could have done for them. If they didn't even find some of them for years and years and years, how do you have closure? How do you send a person off in that manner? In your heart and in your soul? That would be darn hard to do. Darn hard to do. Yeah. Yes, I think I definitely have seen you in there, my dear. Your name definitely, I do the photographic thing sometimes, even with the TBI. My father had it. I'm really good at like numbers. Yeah, you have to. Unfortunately, we have to say how they've left because it's a cold case or an unsolved situation. But between all of us, we can make something good out of it, by talking and mentioning their name and just saying, you know what I learned about, and passing their name on. It just keeps it alive, One panel once. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Oh my gosh. You and Diana talked. You and Dirty Diana, Dee Dee. She helps me too. She's a great confidant. Yeah, I think because she was trying to gather all the people in Oregon. What I brought up to her is on these chats and stuff. It would be so cool if eventually we all could find each other from our different states and we could get together, have a dinner or a lunch or a breakfast, meet somewhere and stream it for all the other cities and states, and then they could stream while they're having lunch, and we could do it as a big community. I thought it was kind of cool. She did too. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're in Oregon City. You are so close to me. I technically live, Sheena, I live in Damascus, in the country, out in the country of Damascus. But I knew if I said Damascus, you would totally know right where that is. Yes, Dee Dee's awesome. I love her. She's good at juggling everything, Sheena. She juggles me. She juggles Alex. She juggles her, her life. And yeah. Your vet is in Damascus. See, I knew if I said that, you probably know. Oh, I would love to see you sometime. Oh my gosh, I would love it. I'm an open book, so I would love to meet you anytime, any of you. I'd be grateful. I'd be honored. Yes, 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 Sheena. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's funny because I go to Sandy. I don't ask me why. Sometimes I go to Sandy. I do deliveries. I think I told you guys that. Not delivering that, not Zaza deliveries, but I deliver information to anything cannabis, anything glass. Um, I give them information on the medical here in Oregon. Yeah, the Sebastian Rogers case. Oh, yes. You know what? It is very similar. And that's so funny that you would even say that, Johnny and Jim, because that's when I find some of these stories, I don't try to compare it because there is no comparison. Each person deserves their own moment of silence, their own respect. But I will say that some of these cases are beyond sad. Children's ones are very, very hard. No fooling. Fred Meyer. Yeah, Fred Meyer's is everywhere in Oregon. Oh, wow. Some CBD oil for your dog. I love that. A lot of people do that. I do that. It's wonderful if you want to try to make your dog's body work better and just be more comfortable. Highly suggest CBD. Anything for your dog, CBD. It's a wonderful component to help your dog. And they don't get zaza'd over it or anything like that. Sometimes they can get a little bit, something can get in there and they'll get a little effect from it, but it will be very small. Yep, seizures. It's funny because, not funny with the seizures, but I had seizures for 10 years, almost 11 years, I believe. Yeah, right around there. I haven't had them for so long, but that's what Zaza helped me with at first. It was the seizures, honey. Okay. And they refused to sell me any since I mentioned for my dog. Yeah, I know. I know how it goes out there. But did you get some? Because if you don't get some, you can always hit me up. You know what I mean? I can send you to the right place. I can send you to the right person at the place. I got a lot of people in a lot of these dispensaries and a lot of these shops. So yeah, if you ever run up against that and need that for your dog, please don't hesitate, honey. Yeah, so much healthier. I do CBD, CBN, CBG. I do those three. I have a really good girlfriend. Matter of fact, I need to hit her up. I have a great girlfriend that makes me capsules. So I take capsules at night with all my other meds. I told you I want to live. I want to live. And I don't want to limit myself to what's going to make me live. I want everything and anything that anybody thinks that'll make me live, help me live. Dosing, let's see, because you have the dropper, correct? Yeah, capsules. You they have now, Sheena. I'm gonna give you this little word of advice, and everybody else. They have food grade capsules at foods grow vitamins D. I think it's vitamin stores. You can even order them, I believe, but they taste like dog treats. They have different flavors of capsules, so it's not hard to hide it into your dog's food. And the dosage, if you're using a dropper and your dog is 25 pounds, I'm reading, a half of what is it, milliliters, I think it is. Oh, sorry, my dog's jumped up. Maybe it's chasing something. Is it I think it's mils, right? In your dropper? Yeah, capsules for the dogs, and they come in, like I said, different flavors, honey. Okay, so it's mg's. So you definitely want to do a quarter of milligram. You want to do a quarter of it because you're doing it by the weight of your dog. If your dog was over 50 pounds and it was a medium sized to large dog, then they could do a half of that. But you only want to do a quarter. Start it off as a quarter. And then if you feel like it's not working and maybe they're not getting enough, then you increase. When it comes to Zaza, or I say that now because of Alex and it's just easier, I think, safer to say. But when it comes to that, you definitely want to do things by weight, and you definitely want to do things by knowledge. You never want to just dive in and take a gummy if you've never taken a gummy and you've only done it another way. Um, so okay, thought so. So 1/4 of the dose of the bottle, right? Like it should be 1/4. If it's a milligram, it should be 1/4 of that milligram, honey. A quarter of it. You're saying it exactly right. There's Carrie Stanberry. There she goes. Whole Foods. Whole Foods got it. That's my other Zaza expert right there. She's a great advice person too. It's 33 mg's per dose on the bottle, so I probably have to do less. Oh my gosh, it's 33 grams. Carrie, what do you think for her 25-pound dog? And it's 33 milligrams per dose. That seems like an awful lot. Seems like an awful lot. For a 25-pound dog. Carrie, any advice? You have little dogs. Carrie used to breed little dogs. bacon flavor, CBD. Oh, there she goes. So how? But in a 33 milligram, you don't even want him to have a milligram. Isn't that right for his weight? I would be going to a quarter of a milligram. If it's 33 milligrams in that bottle as a dose, yeah, I would start slow. Yeah, I love nectar. So it is for humans. Yeah, be careful what you say in that place. They can be very uptight. They're really good people though, but they can be uptight, you know, especially if you mention the wrong thing or say the wrong thing. You know, it used to be like that in head shops, in glass shops. You couldn't say the word B-O-N, you couldn't say bomb. It was illegal. You had to say water pipe. Okay. Carrie just told you a perfect person, Sheena. Please take care down what Carrie has just wrote down. She is a huge friend of ours. I mean, a phenomenal, smart woman. You want to talk smart? She has her own lab. And she has her own facility, plus dispensary, plus food. Plus, she has to have another building for that. She's just a wonderful person. And she has CBD shops, and it is called CBD Scientific. She is in Corvallis, Oregon. She was a chemist and a biologist from Oregon State. So she got a lot of her knowledge. And Sheena, the lesson learned, babe, is not necessarily the dosing, but you always start small and go big, because you can always add more. That's why I was getting ready to say about people that do gummies. They don't really realize when they put the gummy, oh, yeah, it's only 100 milligrams. Oh, that's no big deal. But you're ingesting it. You're ingesting it. It's not going through this way. It's going through this way. So it's going down. When you're partaking the other ways, it's going through here, and up through here because you feel the relief in a lot of your head, and a lot of head pain. So it will go up. But if you take anything that's ingestible, it always goes down. Just always remember that if you partake. Remember when you take it in one way with the Zaza that way, when you take it in, it's to this. It's not to this. mg per 10 pounds twice a day, said on the Google. Share Bear, you're pretty darn close. I wouldn't do the mg though. With 33 in the bottle, no. I wouldn't, just because I'm more on the cautious side when it comes to animals, because you want to make sure all reactions are good reactions. I don't know about the concern of the enzymes in the liver, because I do it, and I mean, my doctor hasn't said anything about my enzymes. I get blood work every week. I'm like a pincushion. I don't know about the true concern of that, honey. That could be just something they're talking about, but it might not be a fact. It might not be fact based. It might be just only conversational based. It's made me see eyes on the walls. When I covered myself with the blanket had eyes. Oh my gosh, Ghost. That is so funny. You don't take gummies anymore, see? And I find that reaction from a lot of people, and I try to express and I try to give good advice and good education. I know my stuff. When it comes to this, I know my stuff. And my friend Carrie, she knows her stuff. This is a subject that both of us are highly educated in. Oh, nice. Sheena, I am rooting for you. I think that is so cool. Yeah, I would. And then you can always add. So if you don't think that dose is getting it, go to a half. You know what I mean? But it's twice. It's once a day. Once a day for him. Okay. You said it's once a day, I think. Yeah. So once a day, yeah, and then you can just keep an eye on it and just see if he's bouncing around a little better, or maybe a leg or a hip is moving a little quicker, or something like that. You'll definitely see the difference. You'll definitely see the difference. CBD, you know, a person's on CBD, or an animal, opposed to not being on CBD, because it does give you a revitalization, I guess, to your body inside, not in the Zaza way, but in the medical way. Me and mom just like you were in. Thank you. Thank you, Christy, so much. Christy Thompson. Thank you, sweetheart. That is so. I'll chat with our vet too. He has blood work done often anyway, and it's good time. Then I'll make sure to bring it up so they know it's naturopathic. Oh, love them, love them, love them. I have a vet that actually comes. She comes to your home. I love her. She's a really good friend too. Others have to say and share, because I feel sometimes experience. Yeah, it's experience, honey. And it's also experience of people coming to me, or calling me, or videoing me. And Carrie, I'm sure, has got the same thing. Um, and showing us their animal, because they must have dropped something on their floor and the animal got it. And they'll show us different pictures or videos of what their animal's doing. And it's an accident. And it doesn't, people don't mean to do it. She's a female, honey. Sheena. Go to pinpoint where we can schedule with her. We got to pinpoint. Oh yeah, we might use the same one. Do you want to say her first name? And I'll tell you if it's that or not. But she's a doll. No, it's not PJ. But that sounds like we have two cool. When I go one time, I'll actually sometime on here. I usually have her business cards everywhere. She is very matter of fact, but she doesn't tell. She doesn't like, oh, you're doing this to your dog, or no. She's very, very open about your animals. She deals with the cat. She deals with all my dogs, all our animals. Oh, Penny. That's awesome. And you should recommend her. You can recommend her on here. So good. There's another wonderful one. Yeah, and she drives this little, is it green? Green and white? She drives with the cars with the no back seats, the little tiny cars. And hers looks like a little ambulance. Maybe it's red and white, but it looks like a little ambulance when she pulls into your driveway or down the street. It's the cutest thing. I could use that. I have this really cool thing. My kids, they give me these cool things. My daughter got me this thing, or gave me this thing that's like a vacuum. It looks like a vacuum, but it grooms your dog. And I haven't used it yet, but I think with Marley, I think he'll totally do it. Yeah. We need them. I probably have to call her soon too. I'm pretty sure he might be ready for checkup. Yeah, vets are important, and vets are important just like our doctors are important. They're important. If we love our animals, we want to have a good doctor for them, you know? Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm so glad that there's other vets out there, because some of these places that you have to buy their insurance and you take them to these buildings. I'm not going to say their names because I'm not going to do that. But I've noticed that they can be more wanting you to do things to your dogs or have your dogs do things that they don't need done at the time, if that's the best way to say it, I guess. Let them sleep in a dark room and your pet will be okay. If it's over medicated, it's scary, but they will be fine. Yep. Good advice, Care. We had just started up doing home visits. We're getting close to putting our senior dog down. Yep. Mine has put mine down here at the house too. Uh-huh. My vet's name is Elizabeth. Carrie knows who I'm talking about. Elizabeth is wonderful. My first time visiting your channel, I found you through channel. Oh my gosh. Ange Carter, 1975. Welcome. Everybody, please say hi to her and welcome her. Christy Thompson. Yes, I think it changes people like something awful. Which changes people, honey? Let me go and see if you'll rewrite it. Deborah Vera. Debvira 7761. Welcome, honey. I hope I said it right. Debvira. Everybody, please say hi to her also. House call vets are truly the best. I highly suggest for anyone to go the route if possible. Yes. Yes. I 110%. Oh, Jenny knows Ange. Oh, she's saying hi to Ange. Thank you. And Deb Vera. Please say Deb Vera. Vera. Deborah Vera. How's that? Deborah Vera. 7761. Did I do it? Deborah Vera. I think I got it. Oh, hi, Jaylene. Just Jaylene's in here. Everybody say hi to Just Jaylene, please. Oh, thanks, you guys. What a lovely group of people. My mouth's a little dry. Sorry, let me lemonade. This is the longest lives I've ever done in my life. My other one, I think, was 2 hours, maybe close to. I hope it was. And then this one, I'm really testing myself and testing you guys and seeing if we can do this for this long period of a time. And we absolutely can. I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful. Yes. So can I put a food for thought into your minds? Here we go with the dogs, you guys. I'm sorry. They're going to run the fence line and act, it's going to sound like they're killing each other. Oh, you are, Jaylene. He's been on a couple platforms. So I was happy he was on Patriot Pride because I know with Mike there and Adam, Mike's good at the law enforcement stuff, and Adam's such a pleasure to, he's just a genuinely kind man. And I know that RN could hopefully feel that and be comfortable. Oh, Matt, thank you, honey. I still didn't mean to swipe you guys. Devira. Oh my gosh, I think I got your name right. I'm so happy. I think I got it right. But this is the food for thought for you guys. I looked again at people of 84 years old being gone. Talking this easy. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. You know, I'm widowed now, so I'm I'm happy that I have you guys. Really happy. Oh, Mike left and it's Adam. Adam's such a nice person. Carrie, you paid $150 for your dog to go into my medicine, which is, yep, it was Zaza. And she was super scared, and it cost her $150 just for the vet to tell her that stuff. So she was just warning everybody, letting them know that how to do it. And Maui 204, hi, you just been listening? Oh, your dog is, oh, it's physically, and it is scary. Uh huh. Yay, a natural vet. Oh, Maui, I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And thank you for listening. Thank you for even being here tonight. Thank you. Shout out to you, Maui. Or 21 and 30, so it's just me and my dog. And who is? Yep, Share Bear. It's same with me. I have my son, you know, because he's my caregiver. Well, I don't really need one, but on a few things, you know, sometimes when I'm having a tough day or something. But this left arm gives me a really hard time. I try to do a lot when it's working fine, but with the lymph nodes, because I had tumors in my lymph nodes, and when they took them out from underneath my arm, really, it's still, I can't stretch, the whole way like I can do on my right arm. I was thinking about going and swinging the golf club and just seeing about the exercise and seeing if I could get a full swing and get my arm to go that way without totally, killing my arm. Oh, you and your Debria, Devira, Devira, De, oh gosh, Deborah Vera. Same with you and your dog, honey. Oh, you're in Northern California? Oh, I love your name, Maui. I love it. Yeah, I he did that on RN did that on Sleuth's platform, and Sleuth went out to the lake. Do you guys anybody remember? And he went and got the equipment and went into the lake. Jim did the same thing. Shout out to Jim. Yeah, uh, he says that that's where she was in 3 bags. And they didn't see them. And both those guys did it at different times. For the ones that probably saw it, Sherber, yeah. And Jaylene, yeah. So you guys know what I'm talking about, and that's how much I've watched this. I've tried to stay very up on everything. Our girls crossed the Rainbow Bridge last year. Oh, I am so sorry. A Maltese Shih Tzu. Kona, I love that. I love that. I mean, I'm not going to divulge, I'm always going to keep my kid stuff, private and whatever. But I do have to say my grandson's first name. It's Kalani. I love it so much. Yeah. And she named him Kalani. And I just love it. Oh, see, Sheena, thank you for being such a good person. Matt, you too. It's Angie in here. Oh, Angie. God love you. God love you, Angie. God loves you for what you're doing. And it's a darn hard job to do, taking care of somebody else, a loved one. It's hard. 2 years for me with my husband. It's darn hard. Carrie knows it. Darn hard. Darn hard. And you do the best you can. So God love you for that. Really, truly. I mean everything. I mean that wholeheartedly. Oh, it is a special time. It really is. That's a great age. So glad. And you soak up every story he gives you, my dear. I know. I love that. I don't even know where my daughter got it from, but I just love it. Yes, Carrie was a Maltese breeder. So that's what she did for 20 years. Yeah. So she's good at so many things, we try. We try the knowledge, try to give as much knowledge as you can. Oh, that is so cool that he watches. That is so cool. You should, if he can, you should totally like give the person, whoever he's watching, a shout out from him, or say something for him. If they have an open panel or you can call, I would, because I think that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And if his name is Matt, bless him, or your husband. Prayers for all caregivers. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. I know, sometimes they get bad raps and sometimes, the raps are deserved. But love one to love one, it's the best. Your mother is 70, even though she does a good job taking care of herself. Yeah, that's the problem. Ghost, Pikachu, I have the same problem with my 84-year-old mother. She tells me, and you guys are going to love it, she's a character. She tells me, oh, I've had a checkup, because I'll ask her, Mom, have you had a checkup lately? When was the last time you had a checkup? Are you good? I'm just, whatever the questions are, I'm asking her. And she tells me, oh my gosh, Nikki, yes, I have been checked out. I had the best checkup and the doctor gave me the best results. And I'm thinking, oh, great, here we go. But Ghost, yes. So I go, okay, Mom, what's your results? I said, I'm so proud of you for them being so great. And she says, yes, he was able to get back to me from Virginia. I said, what are you talking about, ma'am? And she said, oh, my doctor moved to Virginia, but I still can talk to him. I just grabbed my head. I wanted to shake it, but I didn't. I just laughed because what 84-year-old lady would tell you how good she is because her doctor in Virginia told her so, and she lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. Go figure on that one. Oh, goodness. And a panel decided what. Oh, yeah, Malteses are so cute. Yeah, carry 4 generations of Malteses, Gary. Wow. You have to dig for info. She gets so pissed off at. Ha ha, Ghost, you're so funny. I know. They get irritated. My mom loves watching Alex, but she likes to watch everyone. She cried when the boys. Yep. Where's America's grandma? She asked me daily if they found Nancy yet. That is a beautiful thing to say. America's grandma. I hope you tell her that is absolutely so profoundly respectable. So nice. I want to make sure she sees the doctor every year. Yes. Oh, my mom didn't smoke or drink. She's a golf pro. So she's got a great, her body's been great, but come on. You're still 84. You still need those checkups. And I'm sorry your doctor moved to Virginia, but over the phone, it doesn't quite get the job done, does it? Maybe they do it, like telemedicine. I don't know. It's kind of strange. But I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt for telemedicine. Thank God for every moment I get to spend with them. I cry for Nancy. Yeah. I've probably shook my head more than I want to count over this whole entire thing. Like I said, the family contributed to the memorial. So if a family contributes to the memorial and accepts it, why in the world would you, as a neighbor, have the rights or even the nerve and the disrespect to go and take a memorial down? And I hope you all listen to DGL. Shout out to Dad's Gone Live. He put a air tag on it and traced it back to behind a hotel, I believe. I mean, come on. What's really going on, and why do you not care that much? Okay, you had to put your mom in 24-hour care. Oh, yeah. Dementia or Alzheimer's, possibly, or medication. She, I looked at her. I'm not trying to laugh, but that was really funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, yep, a stubborn one. See, me too. You're the only one that needs to go to a doctor. Yeah, right. Yeah, I totally get it. And it must be hard. That's so cool. That's cool you have mom at home. Yeah. Jenny, why are they taking DGL's flowers that his chat paid for and sent him, and asked him to do that? And the man kept his word a few times and kept putting the flowers there. I heard that too. I heard of A&T. I heard that too. I just wonder why so much hiding and hiding in the car with your hoods. It's so much. It's so much. And they weren't hounded. They weren't hounded. They weren't hounded. So I don't think that they could actually say something like that they were hounded by media, because media was mainly at Nancy's. Yeah, they went over there a couple times where Tomato came out and said something, and I think it was Mark the Shark, or yeah, and said something, and but celebrities deal with media every day of their lives. And you have not come out and said anything. Nothing. Your wife could have come and said something. She could have thanked everyone for bringing her mom's name and keeping it alive. They put a card down, something special from her, but someone took it. Flicker made a beautiful painting. She heard it was with the family, And I hope that's all true. I really do. Lauren did a good job. Yeah. The signal thing is really got me at a weird thing right now, especially you remember when that electrical box was open and looked like the wires were torn through? Yeah, that whole thing was really strange to me, and probably strange to you guys too. Happy birthday, Sherry. Happy birthday. I'm reading Sheena's thing and I'm just going to say happy birthday to you. She's pretty perfect, especially she's sleeping like an angel. Yeah, Lauren was great, wasn't she? And she was so kind to have everybody over for dinner. I thought that was very nice. Just to show appreciation because nobody was really doing that. Everybody's been quite mean. Not us, but the people there and them they're investigating. They've been quite mean to them and now shunning them and shooting them off and putting the terrible things on the Eastman. And who does that? Who really does that, you guys? Goes and finds the yucky. And then you go and you take all these cactuses. And what I read and looked at for Tucson and Arizona was you had to have a permit for all cactuses. It didn't have to be a certain type. You needed a permit for even if it was in your yard and you wanted to remove it. Unless I read that incorrectly, but I think I did. I think I read it correctly. I'm pretty good about looking up the sources and where it comes from, you know. Um, Ghost, you think she is? Is that what you're saying, or are you asking if she is? Oh, yeah. I heard you, Sheena. I read you. Yeah. I do a lot of things alone, but it's okay with me. It's okay. I have you guys. I have my friends. I have family that I know loves me. And there's just moments, people have moments. Never take it personally because they don't know and mean well. Exactly. Share Bear, you're right. Well, Sheena, I think that in your mind, you're more harder on yourself and you're worried about the fighting chance, but a stroke is no joke. That's ultimately what I've lost my husband from. He had two. One was worse than the other, years apart, and it caused the dementia. That is one of the signs of strokes, is that later on in life you can get dementia. And luckily, it wasn't to the point where he didn't know us and he didn't know me and he couldn't say he loved me. And it wasn't, it didn't get there, but it got to the ornery part, some of the ornery stuff, you know. And people, of course, if you're reacting to it or you're doing your best to react it, if someone comes up right when that's going on and they don't understand the dynamics in the situation, it can be even more extra harder because someone walked into a situation but they don't really know what's going on with it. His brother, Mike, a cop, and took Nancy. Don't know if it's true. His brother's a cop now. I on the other ones, I don't believe on Sleuths or Interview Room. I don't think he said that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could have missed that line or something. Yeah, Maui, I don't envy you for that. It can be rough. It really can. Parkinson's too. And God love Michael J. Fox too, how long he has fought Parkinson's and been such a good advocate for people with Parkinson's and being himself and pushing. And, he's just been a great, great, Muhammad Ali was, you know what I mean? But Michael J. Fox has lasted so long with Parkinson's, and the fight he's put on is amazing. Yep. I know somebody that's been put. Hi, Misty. Wow. I never thought you guys would come in. I'm so grateful to have you. Wow. Tell Michelle, please tell her God love her and what she's been through. Please, you all say a prayer for Misty Haynes' sister, Michelle. She's had a real bout with her health, but God love her. They're really nice people. And I heard that you are getting a new home together, sisters. And I loved that. I thought that was really great to hear. You have days that you shan't, okay? Yep, you can't fix her. I know those can be very frustrating when you can't fix somebody and it's somebody you love so much and you're trying to do the best you can for them. It's hard. It's hard. But Misty took care of Michelle and she took care of her sister and she's been giving updates on her sister and we've been praying. I've been praying that she'll be wonderful and everything will be fantastic. And they also need help with their crime. They have a crime that they need help with. And that's why I want to be boots on the ground. That's why I want to be able to go to some of these places because I want to be able to ask questions. I want to investigate the best I can. I'm very good at it. So far, I did good when I had to do things like that in school. I loved it, so I love information and proper information, stuff that tells us the truth and not information that tells lies. That's the hardest. Yeah. It's really, yeah, it can be very tough. It can be very tough. I can't believe when people come in here, I get so excited. I just feel honored. I feel honored by all of you. I feel honored. And I had never seen her in my chat before. And I've had the pleasure of talking to her. And JLR was supposed to share our information, so they wanted my information, and I wanted yours. You can donate to me, baby. Oh my gosh, I have a Cash App that's going to come across the screen. And I still need a few more of my people to watch, and then I can be monetized then. But I have my friend, I have my subs and everything. That's very sweet for you to even ask that, honey. Thank you. That's very kind. Very kind. But I don't ever expect it. Misty, I never expect it. I love because I love. And I love all of you. Hugs and prayers to you all, especially for going through extra hard times. Exactly. It's the extra hard times, you know? Yeah, you have to show caring sides. There's people out here that still care. It's not like what we were talking about earlier. They're not all out there with microphones screaming and yelling at you. I love you too, Misty and Michelle, and I hope nothing but the best for both of you. Both of you. You deserve it. Everyone does. Everyone deserves it. And it says my only grift. And it's the Oregon born beauty with the $sign in the front and then the 69 afterwards. Um, thank you. Thank you. You're really awesome people. And you get a lot of flack. Some people like to tease you. And when you help people. And I don't tease. If I can send $2 to somebody, I do it. I do what I can. And I think it's support. And it's so kind of people. But you only do it if you can do it. You don't do it as a demand, guys. You don't do it because you feel like you have to for me. Ever. Ever. And I mean it. Ever. I do, Ange. I try. I try to make sense. I know a couple times, I get tongue twisted sometimes with the TBI. You know, sometimes the brain twists your words a little bit, but you know what you want to say. Um, thank you. I'm glad I'm not alone in my battles. And I would love to support all of you just like you support me. You guys still have your mom, Share Bear? I'm lucky to have mine too, and I'm so happy about it. I'm trying to break through the ice. I'm trying to break through the Nikki. I called my doctor and he's already seen me, and I'm great, and I'm doing great. And then you kind of go, okay, can I call him? No, I'm just playing. I always fight with people. Me too. Because they're lovely and they help people and people get jealous and mad. That's why I was saying if I have $2, if I have $5, if I have $10, whatever I have free, I'd like to support and help too. Yeah, you can. You can. You are right. Just Jaylene, I can't even believe that. And I don't want to get there with I have a beautiful mom. And I've loved her for so long. And here come the coyotes are out. Can you hear them? I'm going to be quiet so you can. Did you guys hear that? So I'm probably going to have to cut it in a few. Yeah, they are close. And that's what I won't do is, the dogs, I don't want them to fight over food. I don't want anybody to fight, let alone your dogs. You don't want that. So I just rather take my dogs inside. And Sheena, you probably hear them out there. You probably hear them out there in Oregon City. And they are close. They're probably right behind my property or on my property, but they're just where the blackberries are. So there's nowhere to come through. But I've seen them come through over at my neighbor's next door. So, and she sent me pictures and showed me, and I was shocked that there was coyotes in her backyard because she's closed up like I am. And sure enough, they're right there looking for food. And she took pictures and sent them over and said, hey, take a look and make sure that you're aware. Yep, black bears, they're out too. When tides are low, I don't know how many people know this, but when tides are low, black bears actually wade across waterways. And that's how they get to the other sides. Yes, the coyotes all the time, and they're really. Can you hear them? Yeah, they're close. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys have been so great supporters, and they aren't scared. No, they're not scared of us anymore. Neither are raccoons, and raccoons are very dangerous, especially to outdoor cats. I had to see that in person. Yeah, I'll be safe. They're to the back of me. Um, and and we'll go ahead and stop the live now that I've swiped. I won't swipe again. But you hear my dog. The dog that's out here right now, Marley, he's really whining and crying. I love you guys all too. And I will be safe and I will take him right in. And thank you all for being here. And I hope to see you on Tuesday, 6:30. And I'm doing the weekends at 7:30 and I'm doing the weekday at 6:30 because I know we got some friends across the lines that have to go to bed and stuff. So, oh, I will always allow space for you guys. I will always. Someone said to me, Friday's chat, or yeah, I think Friday's chat. They said that this chat was the most chillest chat and how much they loved it. And that was just the best compliment to me. Thank you for the love and prayers. Yeah, I don't want to make him worried by himself out here. He's getting a little. Mark Parsi? Yeah. Okay, I'll take him in. I love you guys so much and bless you all on this beautiful Sunday. And whatever you guys do tomorrow and this week, I hope everything works out for all of you and you get everything that you want. Love, prayers, and happiness. Always. Good night, you guys. I hate to say good night, but I know it's necessary. Good night. Much love to all of you guys. And love and prayers again to Michelle and the Haynes twins and her recuperating. Thank you all. God love you. Stay up, everybody. You're wonderful people. Hearts to all of you, too.